Hey, it's mikevsbeer. Welcome to our Breweries of America series. We are in Royal Oak, Michigan at the Royal Oak Brewery personal tour, so I'm excited to share this with all of you. So come on in and let's see what they got. All right, let's head in. Hello. Doing great. How about you? Y'all know me, but this is the star of today's episode. This is Jeremy. He is the head brewer here at the Royal Oak Brewing Company, right?
Yep.
So how long have you been brewing beer?
I've been brewing beer professionally now for about 15 years. I've been here about 7 years now. Before here, I was at the Great Baraboo, and then I learned at the Woodward Avenue Brewery.
Right.
Before that, been here for 7 years now. It's great.
This is my first time here.
Okay.
So when I got the invitation from Drew, I was so excited because Royal Oak's just a cool, swanky part of Metro Detroit. It is the place to hang out. Yeah. And now this is the very first brew house in Oakland County for that matter.
Yeah, first brew pub in Oakland County.
Yeah.
Been here next year 30 years. There's beers that have been around for 30 years. There's some new stuff that I do. Kolsch, IPA, Red, those are like mainstays. Like those are kind of our flagships. They're on all the time. Obviously, it's Oktoberfest season.
Yeah. What do you got going on here? Like your system presents itself in such a unique way. It is awesome.
These are our bright tanks. They serve
tanks.
right from there. We have 5 of those, and then when those get down kind of low, I'll do kegs. And then we have a small keg room. 30 years ago, when you open up a brewery, nobody really knew what a brew pub was. So they wanted to put all the equipment like right in everybody's face, so like people knew that you brewed beer here.
That sets you guys apart because almost every other brewery, they have something in the back. They might have a window where you can peer into and see it, or a glass wall. Yeah. None of that's wrong. You know,
exactly.
That's probably a more efficient way. But when you walk in here and you see this, it's cool. I feel as if we just crossed the Atlantic and we're somewhere in Europe and we're in a tiny, in Germany it'd be called a Kneipe, and England it'd be a brew pub. Literally that's the feeling when you step into these doors.
Yeah,
it's
for
awesome.
sure. This is our brew house. It's a 14-barrel batch,
right?
Which is kind of a big brew house for a brew pub.
It is, again, so very cool to see all of this right behind the register.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You order right here, and that's where it's.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Super cool. I totally agree with this statement, and it's also too short to drink crappy coffee. You always have to have good beer, good coffee.
Here, let's.
Oh wow, a little sanctuary here.
Yep.
Oh
so
my gosh.
we got a full bar out here as well.
That is awesome.
Some people call it like the Royal Oak's best kept secret back here. It's a little sanctuary, behind the brewery, own little bar. You're secluded in here, right?
Yeah.
This is also where we do Kolsching hour, where we do that like at least once a month through the warm seasons, where we actually serve Kolsch the traditional way, the way they do in Cologne.
Tell me.
I can show you.
In Cologne, they when you go there, the waiter comes up and he carries this tray. These are all usually 0.2 liters, but those look a little bit bigger than 0.2. Nice. Look at that. Wow, a perfect pour.
We do it the same way they do in Cologne, where we check off, check mark every time you get a new Kolsch. As soon as it's empty, we throw another one in front of you.
That's awesome.
Cheers.
So, cheers and Prost.
Prost. Nice, light, easy drinking.
That's a phenomenal representation of a German Kolsch.
Yeah,
there's no doubt in my mind why this won gold at the Great American Beer Festival. That is amazing, and you got the recognition that you rightfully deserve.
Yeah. We know what's going on around us, but we're trying to keep these styles alive. Not everybody's making this stuff anymore.
I'd be willing to argue to pull this off as well as you did can be harder to do than an IPA, where you're 100%. Just overloading it.
100%.
Like all the hops can mask mistakes in the brewing process.
Yeah,
We're just going to bury it in the hop profile, right?
Yeah.
But this is so clean and clear, like any mistakes would come through. And that's a challenge, and it's wonderful. What is this, like 4.2%?
4.2%, yep.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you. So this is a Dortmunder. I call this Rebels in Defensive Tradition because that's how we've always described ourselves.
You guys are that.
Yeah, exactly.
What you just said, that you are truly the Rebels in Defensive Tradition.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. So Dortmunder is typically, it's not as light as a Helles, not as bitter as a Pils. So it's like kind of right in the middle.
Right.
Nice balance of hop and malt flavor. It's best just to drink it too.
Yeah. Here we go. Cheers. Salute and Prost. Oh man, you brew good beer, man.
Thank you so much.
It's so, it's a little bit more full-bodied than the Pils.
Yeah, a little bit more body.
You feel that right away. But again, a perfect balance between the malt and the hops.
Yeah.
It finishes crisp and clean, which is exactly what you want. Look at all the lacing on here again. I talked about this a lot. That is the sign of a quality beer. You can see every sip that I took.
Yep.
That was number 1. That was number 2. I finished it off in 3. When you see that ladder, it's just great quality ingredients, great quality process, great quality product.
Thank you. Someone gets it.
There was a reason why I never had anything from the Royal Oak Brewing Company before, because it's only sold in-house.
Yeah.
When Drew reached out to me, Drew is the owner, he said, we'd like you to do a tour. I went through my archives. Now I've reviewed over close to 900 beers, and I've never done anything from your brewery because it's just not available. But if you want to have great traditional beer, make no mistake, this is a destination worth planning and going to. Even if you live an hour and a half away, a couple hours away, have a designated driver or get a hotel in Royal Oak, you'll have a great weekend, but make this the foundation of why you're going to come to Royal Oak, because the Royal Oak Brewery knows how to brew great beer. Every single sample I had here today was awesome. It's not mass produced, but it's excellent beer, and it's worth finding this hidden gem in Royal Oak. I really appreciate your time, your generosity with sharing the beers here, and the knowledge and insight you had here. This has been absolutely awesome. Last question, Jeremy, are there any up-and-coming events, things that the general audience should be aware of? Check out.
Right now, Kolsching's coming to an end because it's going to get a little colder out. But we do Kolsching through the warmer months, the second Saturday of every month, where, like I said, we serve Kolsch. Traditionally, the way they do in Cologne, we may get a little rowdier than they do in Cologne, but it's fun day drinking.
Yeah.
In the winter months, we do a thing called Frost and Foam, where we come out here and in the middle of winter, I'll tap something special, usually like one high ABV beer, and then I'll bring Kolsch out here or something. But beers are a little bit cheaper while that's going on. People come out, bring games, board games, and stuff like that. That's a lot of fun. And our 30th anniversary will be coming up next year sometime.
Oh,
so
really?
Probably next, I don't know, we don't have dates set yet.
Right.
But it'll be in September or October. We usually do it. So.
That's going to be a big to-do for sure, right?
Yep.
All right, well, Jeremy, thank you again.
Cheers.
Appreciate your time and generosity. Cheers, salute, and prost to all of you.